There's a saying in the outdoor industry when talking about backpacking gear. You can have something that's strong, light, and cheap. You can pick two, but you're never gonna get all three. Strong, light, and cheap. Those three things. This is my show, gosh darn. What's up, friends? My name is Miranda, and this is another episode of Miranda in the Wild. Snow! When you're buying backpacking gear, you're looking to balance three different things: strong, light, and cheap. When we call something strong, we're referring to its durability or its ability to hold a lot of gear. When we're talking about light, we're literally talking about the physical weight of the item, something that's a pound versus half of a pound or 8 ounces, which is half a pound. And then there's cheap. Backpacking gear is never cheap per se. So when I'm talking about stuff that's cheap, really I'm just referring to the least expensive of an already expensive hobby. But remember that once you do invest in your backpacking gear, you can use it for a long time. Yay! Strong, durable, light in weight, cheap in cost. Strong, light, cheap. So if you have something that is strong and light, it is not going to be cheap. A good example of this would be a lot of ultralight gear. People who are doing lightweight or ultralight backpacking are willing to pay more for those premium lightweight materials. If you have something that is light and cheap, chances are it's not going to be strong or durable. Something like this spork. This is a plastic spork. It's very inexpensive, it's very cheap, but if you try and eat peanut butter out of the jar, you'll probably break it. So light and cheap, not strong. And last you have strong and cheap, which is gear that will not be lightweight. A lot of entry-level backpacking gear is gonna fall into this category. So this is the REI Passage 2 tent. It's a great backpacking tent for the money. It's actually the cheapest backpacking tent that REI makes. It's also really, really durable, but it has a good amount of heft to it. Strong and cheap, not light. Bird! Now that you hopefully understand the difference between strong, light, and cheap, and choosing two of those to prioritize, what does that actually mean for buying gear? Welcome to Investing with Miranda. If you're buying backpacking gear for the first time, there are a couple big items that you have to invest in. One is your tent, then your sleeping bag and your sleeping pad, and then of course your backpack. Your backpack needs to be able to carry your tent and your sleeping bag and your sleeping pad, so it's actually best to buy those things first. So let's imagine you're buying backpacking gear and you're looking to save a little bit and buy stuff that's less expensive. You might wind up with a sleeping bag like this one and a sleeping pad like this one. And for your tent, this guy. So these three things have to fit into your backpack. Backpacking gear is an entire system of stuff. If you are going to buy all lightweight gear, then you can get a lightweight bag. But if you're not gonna buy all lightweight gear, there's no point in investing in an ultralight backpack. I've been backpacking for a decade and I still am not using ultralight backpacking gear because it's just not my style. So if this is your first time backpacking, maybe instead you should prioritize the comfort of something or the cost. Make sure you even like the activity, even borrow gear if you have to, and get that whole system of backpacking gear before you even get your backpack. A heavier backpack that fits you well and is designed to carry heavier gear is going to feel lighter than a lightweight backpack full of heavy stuff that doesn't fit you well. Ta-da! There's your soundbite. After you figured out how you're gonna prioritize all of that stuff, you can start building out the best backpacking kit for you. And then keep in mind that there's always an opportunity to upgrade and change stuff in the future. Hopefully now you have information to make a confident decision when you're buying your backpacking gear. You really feel like you can best prioritize that triangle of stuff. Buy it because it's cute. If you liked this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and I will see you all in the wild. Get out of here. Can I push the button? Yeah. The noisiest woods of all time. What's the name of the guy with the chainsaw? Stanley? Steven? Stanley and Freddie! Stanley and Freddie! Jason. Jason. Never mind. Forget it. Jeez.